Hello everybody and welcome to the channel, Out of Ammo, Out of Time. I'm your host, Krabby Terror 8, and here we are in episode 3 of the Investigator Games Eldritch Horror Edition. I'm very delighted to be back playing Eldritch Horror once again, and this week our random draw to put through the Investigator Games was Rex Murphy, who I know pretty well from Arkham Horror, the card game. There's some similarities. It's nice the way that the investigators align across different games. Rex Murphy is an interesting seeker in Arkham Horror, the card game, and I'm very interested to see how he goes here in Eldritch Horror. Now, for those who are new to the channel, the Investigator Games are a bit like the Hunger Games. So what we do is we take each investigator, true solo, and we put them through the game, and we see how they go. And depending on their performance, we put them into a league table from the best performing investigator right down to the least performing. Now, Season 1 of the Investigator Games for Eldritch Horror is up against Azathoth, so we've already put Harvey through his paces, poor old Harvey. Lily Chen was last week, she did pretty well. So it's now Rex Murphy's turn to step up to the plate and race across the globe and try and do as well as he can against Azathoth. So a couple of things about that. I'm not trying to play this game perfectly. I realize how difficult this game is in true solo, but that's not really the point. The point is that each of these investigators are up against each other, trying to do as best they can. And the sort of way to kind of rate that, if you like, is based on the mysteries. Azathoth you can't defeat once he flips, but it's basically how many mysteries you can get through before being defeated, and how quickly you get through those mysteries will determine your position on the league table. And here is the league table so far. So you can see Harvey, poor old Harvey, did astoundingly badly. Unfortunately, he had a very, very rough run with the Mythos deck, and so he didn't manage to finish any of the mysteries. Lily Chen did much, much better, and so she is now the leader on the table. So we'll see how Rex goes, and then you can see the table once we finish the video. So that's the way that it all works. I really enjoy playing this game. It's fantastic, and welcome change from the Arkham Horror, the card game, only in the sense that this is a different kind of game, and I really enjoy playing it. And once we've finished Azathoth, we'll go into Season 2, and we'll choose another great old one, and we'll just keep going and going see how long we go. So let's go around the table. Here's our Mythos deck here, all ready to roll. We've shuffled up the unique assets and the spells. We can shuffle them up again, I guess. Now, in terms of the assets themselves, this is what we drew. For Rex, there's a book of spells. When you gain this card from the deck or reserve, gain 2 spells and discard one of them. And then you gain +2 on resolving spell effects. Nice card, but quite expensive. Patrolling the streets. When you defeat a monster with toughness 3 or more during a combat encounter, you may discard this card and retreat the doom by 1. So you're paying 1 for it's not pretty. You have to defeat a monster first, and then you get the retreat the doom by 1. Occult Text, which is a 2-item asset. You get +1 will during combat encounters. Monsters you encounter lose physical resistance, so that's rather nice. And then a good old 45 automatic, which is always a good standby as well. So those are the things that we have currently in the reserve. We've shuffled up all of these cards as well. I don't need to shuffle them up again, but here we can see that the expedition is in Sydney, and it's quite embarrassing, actually, because I looked at this image and I'm going, where is that? I wonder where that is. I actually live in Sydney, so you think I would recognize the Harbour Bridge, wouldn't you? But no, I didn't, and it took me a while to work out that was in Sydney. So, to be fair, the Harbour Bridge has been built for rather a long time, but still, you would think I'd be able to recognize my own one of my own iconic buildings. I guess it's not the Opera House, but the Opera House didn't exist back then. Other worlds, they've been shuffled, and then we've got the usual things up here. We're not using these at the moment. Research deck here. I haven't drawn the mystery yet, so I'll just shuffle that up. So the first mystery that we have, and please don't be the artifact one, is the true name. Fragments of Azathoth's true name exist in long-forgotten tomes. I'm assuming when they say long-forgotten tomes, they don't mean in long tomes that have been forgotten. I think they mean long-forgotten. Or should there be a dash with long-forgotten? Because you could interpret it as these tomes are really long and they've been forgotten. Anyway, it is said that if a person speaks his name, what, their own name or Azathoth's name? Who wrote this? It's said that if a person speaks his name, and how do we know Azathoth is a he? Isn't it its name? Anyway, it is said that if a person speaks its name aloud 3 times, the blasphemous sound will grant the speaker great power. Great. So when this card enters play, place a number of Eldritch tokens equal to half the investigator's, well, that's 1, on a random space. As an encounter, an investigator on a space containing an Eldritch token may attempt to find information about Azathoth's true name. He may spend 2 clues to place that Eldritch token on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to 1, solve this mystery. Or we got this last time. So this is not too bad as long as you've got the 2 clues. So let's just shuffle up and draw a clue. And this will tell us where the... let's flip it, not roll it, where this is. And this is on 13. So we are putting the Eldritch token on 30. Is that up here? So let's just zoom in. Yes, it's up here. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, so that's on 13. There we go. So we can put this back in the bag. Shuffle up the bag. There we go. So we've got an Eldritch token on 13, which is not a trillion miles away from where Rex starts, but, you know, so clearly getting to that as quickly as possible would probably be a good idea. Okay, so that's the first mystery. That's actually not too bad. It's not like we've got to find an artifact or something in the first go, so that's good. So carrying on around the houses from there, yeah, it's probably time to draw the good old gates and the clues. So we will shuffle up the gates. We will draw a gate, and the gate is London. This is all lining up very nicely for Rex. And we will draw a monster to go with that. And the monster we get is a ghost. Ooh, ooh, a ghost. Whoops. I keep doing that. Instead of flipping the thing, if you pass the will test, this monster loses health equal to the test results. So this is all about that. Okay. So we'll put the ghost on London. There we go. I think that might be one that we might have a go at as we go through. And clue. So let's roll up the clues, and the clue that we get is 6. That's not very far away from us, I don't think. 6 is somewhere over here. I can't quite see. I'll just need to zoom in again. There we go. So 6 is only there. Well, that's definitely worth going for. Yeah. So we will definitely be doing that. So there we go. So that's a nice... So sometimes when I play this, you can end up in one place and everything else is a bit like the expedition is like a bazillion miles away. Like the expedition couldn't be further away. But I suppose, you know, you could get there through Shanghai and whatnot, but still it feels like a long way away. But luckily the clue and the first I can see a path there. So carrying on around the houses, I think that's all the bits and pieces in terms of gates and clues and whatnot. So we move around to Rex himself. Rex Murphy is a reporter. What a mustache. He's quite the hipster. So he is, you gain any number of assets of your choice from the reserve with the total value less than your influence. So you can pick up more than I suppose you could pick up 2 wands or something like that. So you could get more than one. It doesn't gain any number of assets of your choice from the reserve with total value less than your influence. I guess if you manage to get your influence up, then that could be quite nice. You could end up with a ton of assets. If you do not have a cursed condition, gain 1. If you do not have a cursed condition, gain 1 clue, improve 1 skill of your choice, and gain a cursed condition. So basically, cursing yourself or getting cursed is actually a good idea. And my sources tell me that the world is ending, just my luck. Rex. What a laugh and a half Rex is. He'd be a real life of the party, wouldn't he, with that kind of attitude? He has a 7/7 in terms of his physiological and psychological index. His lore is a bit low. His observation is a bit low, but as you will see, we've already improved his lore. And then his influence, strength, and will are reasonable. But he doesn't have he's not one of those investigators with one standout skill with a 4 or something. And at the same time, he doesn't have a really crappy skill with a 1 either. So he's sort of in the middle for all of those. Now, if we flip, now I'm not going to worry about what's on the right. It's true solo, so that's never going to happen. But we start in Juneau, Alaska, so quite a long way from everything. We start with a Lucky Talisman, a curse condition, and we can improve 1 skill of our choice. And I chose lore for that, although I'm actually wondering, I might change that now, just thinking about it, because if I've got 4 influence, it's kind of nudging you that way to think, because then you do much better with the assets. So I'm actually going to change my mind, and I'm going to move it over to that. When disaster strikes, Rex Murphy is usually on hand, suffering the consequences. After spending a day with Rex, even the most hardened skeptic will concede that the man is cursed. To survive, Rex has developed an inquisitive mind, trying to keep 1 step ahead of the next disaster. His terrible fortune has more than once exposed him to the monstrous forces that threaten to end this world. He hopes he can get some writing done in Alaska. Ah, dear. Far away from anything that might go too wrong. Ah, fool. Okay, so there we go. That's Rex for you. So I'm going to flip this, and I'm actually going to put this back. I've changed my mind. I'm actually going to take an influence, which means we're not going to lean into spells so much, but I think being able to get lots of assets is quite a nice idea. Speaking of which, we start with the Lucky Talisman. So once per round, you may reroll all of your dice, when resolving a test, which is just as well, because at the moment we're cursed, where only 6 count as successes on your tests. So if you would gain another curse condition, whatever, if you gain blessed. Okay, so at the moment we're cursed, which means 6s are the only things that actually apply, which is a bit annoying. That's a bit of an annoying way to start, but having a curse condition, losing a curse condition, and getting 1 back is a great way of sort of improving and getting a clue and things like that. So there we go. I think we've gone all around the houses. I think we are ready to start in the Investigator Games episode 3 with Rex. Crowd goes wild. Rex starts over there in, I think I've got him in the right spot. Number 1. Yeah, he's way over here in number 1. Yes, and we are on a city marker. Yep, good. Okay, so let's click this over to, this is our turn counter, so we are in turn 1, and we are ready to roll. So, action phase, first of all, we have 2 actions. Well, before I start doing anything, I think my plan of attack, I guess, is to, by the time we get to here, we need to have 2 clues. That's the first thing. So I think what we do is we get ourselves to San Francisco. What's the benefit of San Francisco? Improve I think it's observation, which is actually good because our observation is pretty crappy. So what I think I'll do is I'm going to get ourselves to San Francisco, then we can get this clue, then we can get ourselves over to Arkham and London and eventually. So I think we just kind of move our way across. So hopefully by the time in about 2 more turns, we'll be ready to get this first mystery. That's the plan of attack. I could, the other alternative would be to go down and do this thing in Sydney, which I think is a really dumb thing to do. I think the most direct route is that way. So it's probably San Francisco this go for the research the next go, then get ourselves to Arkham, and then maybe if we've got 2 clues, we can go bypass London and just get straight to the Eldritch token. But if not, let's close this gate as we go through. That feels like the best plan of attack, but I'm sure that the Mythos deck will have other ideas for us. So the first action, I think, is to move to San Francisco. Whee! Well, we look like a hipster, so probably San Francisco is where we want to be. We'll be right at home with that lovely hipster mustache. So that's our first action. Our second action, I think I'm going to try and hoover up some of these assets here. Even though we have to get a 6, we can... do we use this now? I think this is once per round. So we can reroll all of our dice. So it's whether we waste it on this, but, having things like a 45 automatic. So we got a 3, so we can get up to 3. That's a 2. So we could get a 2 and a 1, for example. So we roll 3 dice. Let's just bring them over here. So this is the way I've been doing this, is moving them over here. There's our 3 dice. We will highlight them. And we will give them a good roll up. And we only 6s work for us. So we do get a 6. We get 1 6. I'm going to take a deck condition. So, I get the deck condition. And I think that gives me an extra 2. I'm pretty sure. Add 2 successes to this result. Okay. So we have 3. Now, according to this, our special ability says, gain any number of assets of your choice from the reserve with total value less than your influence. So our influence at the moment... Oh, we should have rolled 4 dice. What am I doing? Not 3 dice. Let's roll another one. Yeah, I know you're all screaming at me going, 4 dice! Probably won't happen anyway. No. Okay. So it's just the same. But so we got 1 with a 6 because we are cursed. We've added 2, so that's giving us 3. So we can draw cards up to 3 because it's 1 less, I think, to the total value less. Yeah. So the Book of Spells, we could just take that, which would give us a spell. Well, that's quite handy, I guess. We've got Patrolling the Streets. We've also got the Occult Text, which gives us +1 during combat encounters. And we've also got the 45 automatic. So it really comes down to what we want to lean into. Do we want to lean into more of a sort of a lore sort of spell type effect? Or do we want to lean into more kind of combat encounters? I'm feeling like combat encounters. It doesn't feel like much of a lorester at the moment. So what I might do is I'll just move these across because I'm going to take the 45 automatic, and I'm also going to take Patrolling the Streets on as well. So there's my 3. The 45 automatic, so that gives us a 6 during combat encounters. And if we defeat a monster with toughness 3 or more, then we just, discard this card and retreat the doom by 1, which is kind of very situational. It might happen, it might not. So there we go. So we'll draw 2 more assets here. What do we get? We get a Tome of Horrors, just to reduce the horror of monsters. That's a good card. That would be a very nice card. Enchanted Bow. Gain 3. card. A monster of your choice on your space loses 1 health. Okay, so that's the end of our action phase. That went pretty well. We got to San Francisco, we got ourselves a 45 automatic, and we got ourselves a patrolling the streets. So there we go. It's all done. I think it's time to move into the encounter phase. We're here in San Francisco, so let's see what delights San Francisco has for us. So we will flip this and have a look. Oh, that's the wrong one. Not Asia. Dear. Why don't we try... I'll shuffle that up. I didn't see it, but I'll just shuffle it up anyway. America. Let's try that again. Yes. San Francisco, you visit the Bohemian Club. Whoa. Yeah. Bohemian Club. If you pass, the artist and journalist provide you with an education. Improve your observation and gain 1 talent condition. Okay, so it's a handshake -1. We are a 4, so that's. I'm glad I did the handshake now. So we are a 4, but it's -1, so we're 3. Again, we're looking for a 6 because we're cursed, but we can re-roll again. So let's go. Come on, 6. Yes, we did get a 6. Yeah, we got a 6. So, if you pass, the artist and journalist provide you with an education. Improve your observation. Brilliant. Well, observation was a bit crap, so that's good. Observation is improved. But not only that, we gain 1 talent condition. Where are the talent conditions? Talent, here we are. We'll just shuffle those up again. And the talent condition that we get is studious. Well, that fits with oh, okay. Test will -1. If you pass, improve a skill of your choice. Very nice. Well, so let's move these nastier ones over here a little bit. And there we go. That's some nice cards there, but that takes an action. So we haven't had to use our Lucky Talisman yet, which has been very handy. So that's good. That was a good outcome. No clues or any. Oh, I'll leave that and put that here. No clues or anything, but that's all right. We're heading to that next go. I think we'll be moving there next go, and we can do that. Yes, we can. Okay, so that's the end of the encounter phase. So we move into the. Oh, here we go. Oh boy. Oh, this is where everything can go completely haywire and completely wrong, especially in solo. Let's see what the Mythos deck has for us. And here we go. And it is a gold one. So first of all, the Doom track moves 1. Doink. And it's blue. And yes, I think yes. So that means the Doom track moves down 1. Doink. That's the first thing. Second thing is we get the lightning bolt. I'm not sure exactly what that's called, but I'm going to call it the red lightning bolt. So I think at the moment, because the ghost doesn't have one, nope. The only red lightning bolt thing are these two. Here we go. So roll 1 dice. On a 4, 5, or 6, discard this card. And I think from memory, we can re-roll your dice, so we could re-roll it. And what do we need to do here? Oh boy, some men have come to collect your debt. So maybe it would have been a good idea to have tested and gotten rid of this card, but too late now. Okay, so here we go. Let's roll this dice first. Roll it up. And what do we get? We get a 4. I think that's good. On a 4, 5, or a 6, you can discard this card. Hooray! Our curse condition is gone. So that's one good one. However, the debt. Let's see what the debt says. Part of your essence, here we go, that was the deal, and failure to live up. Part of your essence, that was the deal, and failure to live up to your end of the bargain will cost you and the world. The more that you bargain for. Resolve the reckoning effect for each Rumor Mythos card in play, and there's none. unless you discard one talent condition and then discard this card. Well, that's fantastic because there are no rumors. So let me just check that again. Resolve the reckoning effect of each Rumor Mythos card in play unless you discard one talent condition, then discard this card. Easy. Well, that was easy enough. We can discard that card. We'll just stick it over here. I'll stick it up here. Let me stick these up here. So there we go. Whoop. Whoop. Kind of got a bit out of alignment there. Okay, so that wasn't too bad actually. That was actually pretty good. So there we go. That's I don't think there's any other there's no other things like that. So we can move on to the next one, which is to draw a gate, of course. So the gates here, we'll roll it, we'll shuffle up the gates, and we get the pyramids. So that's another blue one. And the monsters. And we get the Dark Young. Ooh, okay, that does have a... yeah, so that goes there in the pyramids. So that can affect the Doom. Is he a strength 3? He is, so if I defeat him, then I think I can put the Doom back. Defeat a monster with toughness 3. Oh, toughness 5, yeah. So if I got rid of this dude, he would, I would be able to put the Doom back by 1. But he's tough because he's a fight -3. And we do have a 45, so it's a 6, but that's back to 3. Yeah, so that's, he's quite tough. He's quite tough. Okay. So that's the end of the Mythos phase. Oh, no, it's not the end of the Mythos phase. What am I doing? No. Let's read what it says. You see more than just other worlds. You can see the space between worlds. Nice. You feel with a crushing certainty that it is in this other space that you will find the answers you need. You believe that the only way to restore sanity is to dive headfirst into madness. Oh, really? Okay. Each investigator on a space containing a gate, may gain a lost in time and space condition to close one gate on his space. Unfortunately, that would be rather nice, but not for us. So there we go. That's the end of the Mythos phase. That was reasonably uneventful. So at the end of all of that, at the end of the round, I think we're in a pretty good position. We managed to improve our observation. We got ourselves a couple of assets. We got ourselves even a talent condition. We managed to get out of debt. And yes, the Doom did go down by 1, but I think all in all, pretty okay. So I think we can move forward with a certain amount of positivity there. So we will move into turn 2. And so the first thing we're going to do is definitely we want to get this clue. That is definitely something that we need and we want and we desire. So I think the first thing we do is we move Rex here onto this space, which is space number 6, which is a city space. That's good to know. Now, from this city space, so we've got a couple of choices here now about what we do. We can once again gain assets, so we can do the asset thing again. And I'm liking this one. Yeah, so that would be quite a good. So that would be one thing we could do. The other thing we could do is get ourselves a rail ticket, but I don't think we need a rail ticket. It's really a C ticket that we need if we want to move 2 spaces. But the rail ticket might come in handy, but I don't see right now. So I don't think the rail ticket, we don't need to rest. We could grab a focus token. We've got this here, so this is actually probably worth doing. Test -1 if you pass, improve. So this is we could either improve a skill of our choice, which is a test -1. I don't think this gives us a permanent. No, that's during combat encounters. So we kind of got 2 choices here. We could we could improve one of our skills again using the studious. Test -1, so that's 2 dice. Or we could do a 4, and you know what? I think that's probably a better thing. I really want that Tomb of Horrors. It really is. That really rounds us out then, because we've got something for both of our combat. We've got strength then, and we've also got will. So that feels like the best thing to do. So we are an influence of 4. And we are no longer cursed. Oh, that's the other thing we could do. We could, we could give ourselves a curse condition, gain 1 clue, and improve a skill of our choice. So what I might do is I'm going to do this time, but I think being able to get a clue through a curse condition would be quite handy, because what we could do is we could move to Arkham, get ourselves a train ticket, then get ourselves up to the sign, and we can get up that other clue, assuming, I mean, I don't want to curse myself unnecessarily, so we might pick up another clue anyway. I mean, it is possible. But anyway, let's get this other one, because that's going to round us out, I think, a little bit better. So there's the 4 dice we get for influence. Whoops. What am I doing? What am I doing? Moving Rex around. So, yeah, 4. 4 dice, 5 or a 6 is successful. If I need to go into debt again, so be it. So roll it up. We get 2. So we get 2. Now, do we re-roll? Do we use the Lucky Talisman? May re-roll all of your dice. Okay. Well, I don't want to re-roll because I got 2 6s, so I'm going to take another deck condition. Oops, not all the deck conditions. Take 1. Yeah, we'll take another deck condition. So that adds 2, so that's a 4. So we can choose up to we can value less, so so we could take so we could take a 2 and a 1. I think they're all fairly high, so it doesn't really apply, but we'll take the Tomb of Horrors, the Tomb of Horrors. There we go. So we take that, and the other one we'll just have to let go. So let's put a new asset on here. Flip the asset. Arcane Sutra. That's a spell one. Okay. Enchanted Bow +3. What have we got at the moment? +3. So yeah, it's a sort of equal. Okay. So I think we've rounded ourselves out there. We've taken a bit of a risk taking a deck condition again, but I think that's a risk I'm prepared to take. So that's all good. So I think it's time to move forward into the encounter phase, and we're going to do a research encounter this time. Research encounter. Flip the card, and it says we are in a city, aren't we? I know I looked before. My short-term memory sometimes. Yes, we are in a city. Okay, so we're in a city. Let's bring this over here. City. The maestro possesses the original libretto for a notorious opera. You sneak backstage during intermission and steal it. Wow. Gain the Massa di Requiem per Shagay artifact. You search the pages for the knowledge you seek. Okay, well, that's actually good because that might come up as one of the mysteries. So actually getting it. So we gain this artifact. Let's search for it. Shagay. There it is. Okay, so we gain the artifact. There we go. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, let's have a look. Test -1. If you pass, you spend 1 sanity. Discard one monster in a space of your choice containing a gate. Wow, nice. Okay, so that's actually quite a handy card. Let's move these. Let's move these over here. Conditions. Let's put that here. And also that could be really, really handy if we get that mystery. Now, you search the pages for the knowledge you seek. Okay, so it's a -2 on observation. So we are a 3. Wow, so that's only 1 dice. Wow, okay, so we'll move all these dice out the way. So we've got to get a 5 or 6 here to pass. And I think if we fail, if you pass, gain a clue. Oh, and if you fail, the libretto's contents rack your mind. Oh, so I really do want this clue. Come on, let's go. No. Well, I think we use our Lucky Talisman. So I'm just going to flip this to say we've used it. That wasn't a dice roll. And we will roll the dice again. And what do we get? We get a 2, so we fail again. So we completely fail at that. That's a real bugger. Lose 2 sanity. Bugger. Okay, so that didn't work. Never mind. But we did gain the this item. Artifact. Okay, so that was a little bit disappointing. It would have been nice to have gotten that. So, yes. Anyway, so that we didn't get that clue. So maybe we need 2 clues. So hopefully another clue will pop up somewhere. So that's the end of the encounter phase. We move into the Mythos phase. And what do we get? Speaking of clues, here we go. Beginning of the end. Oh, okay. So first of all, we move this around to there. I think they're both blue at the moment. Yes, they are. That's good. Next is a monster surge, and I think the monster surge. I think we actually draw a gate because let me just check. Resolve a monster surge on each space containing a gate, or spawn a gate if there are none on the board. Yep. So we spawn a gate because there aren't any. There's only just the 2. That's right, isn't it? 1 and 2. So we will shuffle up the gates and we'll spawn a gate. And the gate is at Rome with a monster. And the monster is a crawling one. Magical resistance. Damage is equal to your strength. Ooh, that is really nasty. Wow, okay. That's a crawling one. That's on Rome. Okay, so Rome, some nasty monsters coming out. That's the monster surge portion, and then a clue. Roll up the clues. Somewhere good, please. 21. Couldn't be further from us. Oh, boy. Oh, that's down here, I'm pretty sure. That's here in the Australian wilderness. Let's have a look. That's 21, yeah. Right. Won't be getting that clue anytime soon. Now, let's see what wonderful text this has for us. You are not just at war with other worldly creatures. Oh, that's nice to know. You also face your own fear and despair. Lovely. Every sign and portent warns of inescapable death. Oh, fantastic. Each defeat seems an inevitable certainty. Where's this going? Beginning of the end. Ongoing. When there are no Eldritch tokens on all Rumour Mythos cards in play, or there are no Rumour Mythos cards in play, each investigator loses 2 sanity. Well, there are no rumours, so we just lose 2 sanity. Wow, our sanity just dropped by 4 in the space of a very short space of time. Oh boy. Okay, so we probably need to do something about that, I would say. Yes. Maybe we'll just stay where we are and try to get this clue again. I think that might be a good idea. Okay, so that's the end of the round. So that was a pretty frustrating round, actually, because we didn't get the clue. We've lost 4 sanity in a very short space of time. We're not getting anywhere, but, that's the way that it goes. But we did gain an artifact, so that's something. So let's move into the third turn. At least this deck condition didn't trigger, so that's something. So what are we going to do? Well, we are going to stay where we are. We are not moving from where we are, and we are going to rest. I think this flips. This is back in. I think we rest. I don't think we worry about any more assets. We rest, so we get ourselves an extra sanity point. We can't go any higher on strength. And then I think our second action is probably to try to get rid of this test for if you pass, discard this card. I think that's probably a good idea. So 2, 3, 4. The other thing we could do, I suppose, is we could get a curse condition and get ourselves a clue and improve a skill of our choice. I'd rather get rid of the deck condition, I think. Okay, so we need a 5 or a 6. So roll them up. And we get 2 6s, so the deck condition is gone. Very nice. Okay, so that's probably a good thing to do. So that's our 2 actions. We rested and got rid of our deck condition. Was that -1? Did I? Oh no. Okay. So we do another encounter. See how we go this time. The research encounter, hopefully better than last time. This is again in the city. Okay. Oops. Clue goes. I think it's, because it's Murphy's in the way. All right. You are contacted by a man who claims to be an occult researcher. This is journalism 101 for Rex. The man seems almost too willing to exchange information with you. Influence. Okay, so we are a 4 influence. I'm so glad I put this +1 on influence. This has been super handy. So I think we just roll straight up with the influence if you pass. Okay. So I got to get a 5 or a 6. And we can always re-roll them all if we don't get one. Well, we get a 5. We get 2 5s. So we easy pass. Of course, Rex is a journalist. If you passed, his notes are illuminating, but he reports your findings to the Cult of Green Flame. Who? Gain this clue. Great. We got the clue. Yay. Fantastic. Gain the clue. Very good. And what? And place 1 Eldritch token on the green space of the Omen track. Oh, well, there already is 1, but I guess there's 2 now. Oh, hold on. Let's zoom in. There's now 2 on there, which means, wow. So that's pretty bad. Okay. Was it Cult of the Green Flame? Never heard of it. Okay. All right, well, that was that was good and bad all at the same time. So there is now 2 on here. 2 Eldritch tokens. We did get the clue, which is great. So that was all good. That was it, wasn't it? There wasn't any other benefits. No. Okay, there we go. That's the end of the encounter phase, so we move into the Mythos phase. Here we go. Oh, not the whole lot. Okay, let's flip this. What do we get? Oh, it's a blue one, of course. Clue. And the clue this time is the Himalayas. Yeah. Okay. So the clue. Space 1. Space 1. Mm-hmm. Just where we were. Space 1 gets a rumor and 3 Eldritch tokens. 1, 2, 3. So what do we do with these? Like a living thing, the cold has crept to parts of the globe that have not seen snow in eons. You fear the dreaded Ithaqua is transforming the world to free itself from its frozen prison. Cold, white silence. As an encounter, an investigator on Space 1 may search for the cause of the unnatural cold. If he passes, he may spend one clue to solve this rumor. When there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, each investigator has a hypothermia condition, loses 4 health, ouch, and becomes delayed. When there's a lightning bolt, an investigator that does not have a hypothermia condition gains a hypothermia and then discards 1 Eldritch token. Well, that's a bit nasty. Let's put this over here. It's got 3 on it, so not very many. I'm assuming you don't want to get hypothermia. I've never had a hypothermic condition, but I can't imagine it's anything good. It's probably under here, I would say. Oh no, exposure, hypothermia. When you perform a rest action, you cannot recover health. On a 4, 5, or 6, discard the card. Well, it's not too bad, but I think the problem is that you can have multiple ones. Oh no, doesn't have it. Okay. Who has 1 loses 4 health. Okay. So, I mean, it's not the worst one. So the question is, do we go back and deal with it with our clue, or do we try and get this over here? It's a bit of a... Yes, which do we do? So, yes, so let's move into 4. So we're in turn 4. Now this is where the Investigator Games gets interesting, because it's all about we get points for actually resolving these mysteries as quickly as possible. So the problem is, the longer we take, the worse Rex is going. So we could go back to go to 1, which would take us 2 turns, or we can get to Arkham, get ourselves a ship ticket, and get up to this other Eldritch token. I'm not sure which one is the... I don't know which is the better idea. Because if we go in... I mean, we can go and resolve this, but then the problem is we are a bazillion miles away from where we need to be. So I feel like we need to move. We need to get going, because otherwise we're never going to get these mysteries done, because we would then spend 2 turns to get back there to resolve the hypothermia. But then if we don't, I guess, you know, I think that's the best thing to do. I don't feel like hypothermia is so terrible, because if you get a 4, 5, or a 6, you can discard it. Using a rest action, we can re-roll, so likelihood is we can get rid of it. So I feel like we can manage our hypothermia okay. So I'd rather keep going. So yes, turn 4, let's move. First action, we're going to move to Arkham. What's Arkham do for us? It's gaining... Oh, we don't really need to gain incantation spells as such, but we need to get a ship ticket. So we'll get ourselves a ship ticket. And then next time we can get over to this point and we can give ourselves a curse condition to get a second clue if we don't get another clue in the process. The other, well, yeah, I think, that's, the other thing is we just got to watch our sanity as well, because it's a little bit on the lowish side. So we've just got to be a little bit careful about that as well. Okay, so that was our 2 actions. We moved to Arkham and we got ourselves a ship ticket. We're going to get this mystery. If it's the last thing we do, we're now going to have an encounter. So I think it's time to I'm not really interested in getting a spell, so I might just do a city encounter instead, a general encounter. So let's see how we go. We'll flip this. And city. A local politician blames you for several murders and kidnappings. What? People have been convinced to find and punish you. A local politician blames you for several murders and kidnappings. Okay. People have been convinced to find and punish you. Okay. It's a bit strange. You try to reason with them. If you fail, they beat you up and you gain an injury condition. That's it? Nope, nothing positive? Okay, so influence, we're a 4. I think we should be okay here. Let's roll it up. What do we get? Yeah, we're fine. Okay. That's a bit of a bugger okay, that's it. All right. That was a rather non-event. But anyway, okay, so that's the end of the encounter phase. So we move into the Mythos phase. And what does the Mythos phase give us? Okay, this moves round to the blue, which I think is 2. I think we've got 2 blues. Yep, that one and that one. So this moves down to 12. Yep. Next, we do the lightning bolt, and we have 1 lightning bolt. Before I get to that, though, I think there is a lightning bolt on the Dark Young. So what's that say? Roll 1 dice on a 1 or 2, advance the doom by 1. Okay, let's just move these out of the way. And we'll just roll it here. Roll this up. What do we get? No. Okay, that's fine. So that's good. I don't think anything else has has one of those on it. That one does. Nope. Nope. There's no other ones as far as I can see apart from this one. And this one says roll 1 dice on a 1, advance the doom by 1. Okay, so let's roll again. And we get we do get a 1. So the doom goes down by another 1. Great. Fantastic. It's moving apace. The doom really has shifted a lot. Whoops. Oh. Haha, you're all screaming at me. What about the rumor? An investigator that does not have a hypothermia condition gains a hypothermia condition. Of course I do. So I gain a hypothermia condition, which means when you perform a rest action you cannot recover. On a 4, 5, or 6, discard this card. Okay, so we need to do that. And I think we remove 1 Eldritch token from this card as well. There we go. Okay, so that's that. Next is the good old gate. So there are 12 gates. Let's see what we get. And we get a Tunguska. Well, it's not very far away. And we get, what do we get? A Mygo. Ooh, okay. Discard the nearest clue and move the monster to that space. Ooh, okay. Nasty. So Mygo in Tunguska. Ouch. Okay, so that's that. Let's see what else this says. Before your very eyes, the stars shift in the night sky. Constellations break apart and reform, shattering your previous prediction of the omens. Perplexing stars event. Move the omen counterclockwise by 1. Okay. Oh, that's bad. That is bad because blue is like... Anyway. Then advance the doom for each gate. Yeah. That's another one. Oh my goodness, the doom is gone to 10. It's literally moved. It's just gone like 4 spaces in one. Oh my goodness, head blown. Doom is like, this game can suddenly just, everything can shift. You think you've got bags of time and suddenly, okay, that's that. Great. Fantastic. All right. Okay, so things are moving apace, so we better get a move on. That's the end of the Mythos phase. So the Doom is already down to 10 now. We have a hypothermia condition. When you perform a rest, you can't recover health. It says you could, I guess that means you still can recover sanity, though, but just not health. Is that right? Or does health apply to both? Okay. All right. So, okay, we move into turn 5. Okay, so we have 2 we have 2 actions. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to move Rex Murphy up to here, up to 15, but I'm worried about this hypothermia condition, so I think for my second action I'm going to rest. I can recover sanity, but I can't recover health. And roll 1 die. On a 4, 5, or 6, discard this card. Let's see how we go. So we'll roll it up. Hopefully we get a 4, 5, or a 6, and we do, so we discard that card. Fantastic. So we got rid of our hypothermia. All the running up to here. So really, really helped. So that's fantastic. All right, I really should close off my notifications when I'm playing. I apologize if you can hear all this ding. Okay, so that was our 2 actions. We used our ship ticket to get ourselves right up to this token here. Now, if I'm not much mistaken, we need to spend 2 clues, and we don't have 2 clues, so we're going to be giving ourselves a probably we're giving ourselves a curse condition, unless we now do the encounter at sea, and we may get one from the encounter at sea. So we'll move straight into that. So we will do a general sea encounter. Let's see. Sea. Your ship rescues a lost fishing trawler. You notice a large misshapen fish on board. Oh, look at that large misshapen fish. Okay, observation -1. So we are an observation. We are an observation of 2. So that gives us an observation of 2. That's 2 dice. Let's go. We can re-roll, I suppose, if we don't get it. We do get it. We get a 5. Okay, fantastic. If you pass, you spot an odd object among them. Gain a relic artifact. If you fail, I don't. So I gain a relic artifact. So let's start drawing till we get a relic artifact. That's just a magical artifact. Again, that is a relic artifact. Twin scepters. Oh, there's just some twin scepters just sitting in this fish. How interesting. So what does this give us? Gain +4 during combat encounters. Hello, because that's only +3, so that we now are +4. And +4 when resolving spell effects. Wow, very nice. Brilliant. Okay, good. No clues, though. That's all right. Okay, so we will move into the encounter. Oh, that was the encounter phase. So we'll move into the Mythos phase. Here we go. Oh, keep doing that. Oh, just 1. There we go. Flip it. All right. Here we go. So the Doom moves around to the blue again, and there are 2 blues on the table. So this moves down by 2. Oh boy. 10, 9, 8. Wow. That's the first thing that happens. Next thing is it's now the lightning bolt. So what lightning bolts are there? There's the lightning bolt. Crawling one, no. Dark Young, yes. Roll the dice. 1 or 2. Advance the Doom by 1. So let's do that. Roll it up. What do we get? 5. So that doesn't happen. Thank goodness. Are there any other... No. No. Yes. Oh dear. Oh no. Discard the nearest clue and move this monster to this space, which is this one, I think. Yes. So let's discard the clue in the trash and move the Mygo to this space. That is horrible. That is really nasty. Because clues are hard enough to come by as it is without Mygos hoovering them up. Because there's only one other clue on the board now. That's very nasty. Okay, I think that's all of those. So now we've got a rumor here. So we remove one of these, and we get another hypothermia condition. Same thing again. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What's next? Gate. Okay, we will draw a gate. What do we get this time? Istanbul. We're all very close to each other. Okay, that's bad though, because there's 2 on here already, so that's 3. That's 3 doom just for that, so it's going to click over by 3 next time. Wow, the doom is really, really, really affecting us this time. And obviously a monster. What's the monster? A cultist. Okay, what's the... Yeah, okay. Alright, so there's a cultist in Istanbul. I guess if we're going to get rid of anything, it's probably blue, because blue is, well, no, actually, it's, well, anyway. Let's not worry about closing gates right now, because that's not going to happen. So, anyway, let's read the text. You know that you are not alone in your fight. Countless generations of brave men and women have used their ancient wisdom and skill to craft tools to help you in your struggle. Well, this sounds all right. They've built palaces and temples to teach you and provide shelter. Wonders of the world. The lead investigator gains 1 relic unique asset and may shuffle the expedition deck and or mystic runes deck. So we can shuffle the expedition deck, which is probably a good idea, but we also get 1 relic unique asset. Is this a unique asset? No, we need a relic. No, these are allies. Relic, it's an ally. That's a task. Let's keep drawing until we unique asset relic. There we go. I'll look at that in a second. I'll just organize my cards a little bit better. Here. Shuffle those up. Okay. Wow. So what do we get this time? We get a stone tablet. When you perform a rest action, you may attempt to decipher the carvings on the tablet. If you pass, flip this card. Okay. Well, we will be doing that, so that's all right. Oh, it wasn't too bad, actually. That was quite a nice card for a change. Okay, there we go. So we're into turn 6. We are in a pretty perilous position with the Doom. The Doom is going down fast. We have no... oh, I didn't get rid of the ship ticket. I should have done that. We have no mysteries, so we need to get going on the mysteries because Doom is going to run us out of time super fast. So, and also we need to rest. So I think the first thing we need to do is, unfortunately, we gain ourselves a... oh, that's not an action. If you do not have a curse condition, gain 1 clue, improve 1 skill, and gain a curse condition. So let's do that. Bane. That's a haunted condition. That's a curse condition. So let's take the curse condition. Let's put that back. Oh, I put it in the wrong one. I think I have. Let's put it here. Yeah, shuffle those up. So we have the curse condition. Only 6s count as successes. If you get on a roll for 5 or 6, discard this card. Okay, so we've gained another clue. So we get a clue, and also we improve 1 skill of our choice. Well. What should we do? Well, law is low, but you know what? It probably... yes, it's probably best to take the law, I think. Take the law into our own hands. Get it? There we go. Okay. So that didn't actually cost an action at all. So we still have 2 actions. So first action is to rest. We're going to rest again, which means we gain another sanity, and we can roll a 4, 5, or 6 on a roll 1 die on a 4. Up, where'd it go? Let's try that again. So on a 4, 5, or 6, we get rid of the hypothermia, and we fail. Also, when you perform a rest action, you may attempt to decipher the carvings. Law -1. If you pass, flip this card. So it's a 2 for us. So let's see if we get that. Let's roll that. No, we fail that as well. Jeez, it's all going well. Do we re-roll? I think we re-roll to try and get rid of this hypothermia. So we'll flip this. Ugh. And I think it's roll 1 dice. Yep. So we're going to re-roll to see if we can get rid of this hypothermia. That was a flip, not a roll. This is a roll. 2. No, failed. Oh, that was all just a horrible waste of time. Effort. Oh my goodness. So we tried to get rid of hypothermia. That was all a rest. So that was our first action. We've got a second action where we can do something. We can't rest. I think I might get another ship ticket so I can get the hell out of here. Can I do that though? I don't think that I can. That's a mistake I've made in the past. Now I can't get a ship ticket. So what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Maybe we do this. Test -1. Because the other action here is, oh no, we don't need to do that. Test -1. If you pass, improve a skill of your choice. So we're a will of 3. So that's 2. And yes, we pass. So improve a skill of your choice. Let's get an extra will. I feel like that's something we need. And let's flip this card. It says, I got 1, didn't I? Your exhaustive studies have left you emotionally drained, lose a sanity. Yeah, whatever. And flip this card. Okay. All right, that's fine. Okay, so those are our 2 actions. We rested, and then we tried to get rid of hypothermia and completely failed. And then for our second action, we improved our will. Okay, so we move into encounter. So the encounter is here. So as an encounter, an investigator on space containing an Eldritch token, so it can be any old Eldritch token, I didn't realize that, may attempt to find information about Azathoth's true name. Spend 2 clues, place it on this card, and then you've solved the mystery. So we take our 2 precious clues, we spend them, put an Eldritch token on here. I think that's how it works. Yeah. Okay. Actually, we'd put this Eldritch token on here, I think, don't we? Yes, because if that fails, then I'm not sure what we do because there are other Eldritch tokens around. So, okay, so that's the end of the encounter phase. So we move into the Mythos phase. Here we go. First of all, this moves around to here. 2, so that's going to go down by 3. 1, 2, 3. So we are now 5 doom. It's going down rapidly. We now do these ones, the lightning bolt ones. So this one here, if we get a 1 or a 2, we advance the doom by 1. Let's roll it up. And we get a 2. Ooh, is it a 1 or a 2? It is. Ah, no. And we can't re-roll either. Okay, so that's that one. Flip that. And then the MyGo also discard the nearest clue. It's this one. Oh man. This is just awful. MyGo is literally hoovering up. Not that I was going to pick up those clues anytime soon, but anyway. So that's that. I think that's all of these lovely. Now this one's the next one. An investigator does not have hypothermia, gains hypothermia. Then discard a token. So we discard the token, and it says, when there are no Eldritch tokens on this card, each investigator that has hypothermia loses 4 health and becomes delayed. Oh, fantastic. There we go. Rex Murphy is delayed. And I guess then I think now that all of the... Does it stay on the board? I think it probably... An investigator that does not have hypothermia gains hypothermia, then discard 1 Eldritch token from this card. There are no more Eldritch tokens on here, so I'm assuming that then that's gone. That rumor is gone. Chuck that away. We get another hype. If you would gain another one, so we flip this card. The cold is somehow unnatural, and you feel it piercing your mind and chilling your very soul. Oh dear. Roll 1 die. On a 1 or a 2, gain a bane condition. Okay, we will roll a card, dice, roll it up, and what do we get? We get a 3. Then discard this card and gain a hypothermia condition. So we discard this card and we get another hypothermia condition. Okay, so that's that. And now we've got this one here. Roll 1 die. On a 1, advance the doom by 1. So we roll the die. And we get a... I can't believe it. We've got another. So the doom is now at 3. Oh my goodness. It is... Yeah, we are running out of time so fast. And this one, on a 4, 5, or 6, discard this card. Hopefully this one works. It does. Only 6s count as successes on your test. Have we had any successes? Ooh. I wasn't paying attention to that. I think the only success we had was this law. I can't remember whether we got a 6 or a 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say we didn't get it, because I don't remember. That was my bad. I'll review the video and see, but I think that was the only thing, because we've had a pretty bad run. We didn't get rid of hypothermia or anything like that. So, but that did work. We did get a 6, so we can get rid of that. So we don't have to worry about that. I completely forgot. I need to put that somewhere where I don't forget. So in future, I'm going to put it with the dice, because that's easy to overlook. I hope there wasn't anything else. I don't think so, because we only just got the curse condition when we got the... Oh, when we got the 2 clues. No, we only got it when we got the 2 clues, so we've only just received it. Oh no, but that wasn't this time. Oh yeah, that was this time. So we got the curse condition. Yes, and then we did our 2 actions. We should have done it the other way around. That's when we did that. So I'm going to assume we didn't improve our law. I could be wrong about that, but I'd rather be on the downside rather than the upside. So there we go. That's the end of that. Hold on. I don't think we can see what we're doing here. Let me just move that to the side. Oh, and a gate. So we've done those. So now it's a gate time. And we get the Antarctica. Yeah. And the monster is Maniac. He's a maniac on the Antarctica. Sorry, I can't sing. Sorry. Okay, so there we go. So we get the Maniac. And here we go. You are startled by a thump of a crow hitting the ground in front of you. Within a few moments, some unknown catastrophe causes an entire flock of crows to just fall lifeless from the sky. Wow, that's one for social media. When you look up, there's nothing but cold stars and a baleful moon. Impending doom. Advance to doom 1 for each gate on the game board, corresponding to the current omen. Oh, thank goodness, it's only 1. If no gate... Now, hold on. Oh, no. Okay. So it just goes down 1. Okay. So that's the green, isn't it? Tunguska. So this goes down again. Oh, my goodness. If no gates on the game correspond to the current advance the omen by 1. Well, no, they did. So there we go. That's the impending doom. Indeed, it really is impending doom. So if we can kill a monster, actually, we can get it to go backwards a bit. But Anyway, so that's the end of the Mythos phase, which means, yes, the Eldritch token here. So we have solved this mystery. Yay! We've solved our first mystery. So we can now get a different mystery. Be the Shugay one, please, please, please. And what do we get? We get the green flame. Oh, them again. In response to the cult's invocation, a jet of green flame emerged from the fissure, racing across the ceiling and walls, as if a living thing. Oh. When this card enters play, spawn the Tul's epic monster on a random space. Okay. So let's find this guy. Is it TZ? No, T... Zulcha. Here we go. Yeah. Let's have a look at him. Oh, I see. It's a green. Let's flip it. 3/3. Place one Eldritch token on the green space with the Omen track. Toughness is equal to 3. Okay, that's not too bad. If it's defeat him at the end of the Mythos phase, if the epic monster has been defeated, solve this mystery. And he's on a random space, so that's where we could really come undone, because we are moving him to number 4, which actually we should be thankful for Small Mercies, because that's somewhere just over here. Let's put that back in, shuffle that up. Let's find where number 4 is here. Okay, so we just got to get ourselves over there and kill it, which should be our next action if we have enough time. However, we are delayed, which is a bit of a problem. In fact, that's a huge problem. Okay, so that's the end of our turn. We did manage to get the first mystery. I was hoping we might get the Shugay artifact one, because that would have been just so awesome, but we didn't. So we are now off to defeat this monster over here. I don't know whether that's going to happen. In fact, I'm almost sure it isn't, because we did get the gate move again and it's all over Red Rover and we're delayed. But anyway, let's keep going. So we move into go 7. Flip this back over. And it's time for us to, well, we can't do any actions because we are indeed delayed. So we flip back up. So that's that. That's all we can do. There's nothing else we can do apart from that. So then we can move into an encounter phase at sea. Worst, don't worry, as they say, worst things happen at sea. Is that true? Your ship becomes lost in a dense fog bank. Not delayed, please, not again. Terrifying the superstitious crew. When the mist finally clears, you have somehow travelled hundreds of miles. Move one space and lose a sanity. Well, we only have one space we can move, so we have to move to London. Oops. There we go. Oh, Rex. There we go. So we've moved to London. Well, that's all right. Could be worse. Sometimes worse things don't happen at sea, apparently. But we lose sanity. Ooh, we're getting low. We are getting low. All right, that's the encounter phase. So we move into the Mythos. This could be the end. This could be it. We move into the Mythos phase. We flip the Mythos phase. Indeed, the gate moves around, and there are indeed London. So it moves 2, which means it moves to 0. Azathoth flips. The world is devoured. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions tear the Earth's crust apart at a rate faster than the devastation can be recorded or comprehended. As the planet's atmosphere grows increasingly toxic, the insects of Shagar return to their ships and teleport away. Yeah, they're out of there. Anxious to doom a different world. Let's go and doom a different world. Eventually, when every other living thing on the planet has been reduced to a cinder... Lovely. Wonder who wrote this. It's been really cheery. A new outer god emerges from the ruins and joins Azathoth's court at the centre of all things. Investigators lose the game. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, it's not about winning the game, particularly on solo. It's pretty hard to do that. We really got very delayed trying to get to the first mystery. We did solve one mystery, which puts us below Lily, but definitely above Harvey. We did all that in only 7 turns, so things really did did disappear on us very fast. The doom track was relatively benign, and then suddenly the doom track just accelerated in a way I haven't seen before. So that really made it very difficult for us to do much else. And we took so much time trying to get the mystery that we really didn't take any time to close gates. So maybe we should have spent more time trying to close the gates rather than get the mysteries. However, a lot of the doom was caused by non-gatey things anyway. But having 2 Eldritch tokens on the green gate certainly didn't help. So anyway, we managed to get 1 mystery, and that's certainly, like I said, better than what Harvey managed to do. So thank you very much for watching. I really enjoy playing Eldritch Horror. It's always a big unknown about how it's all going to work out. Poor old Rex really had to fight hard against the Doom track this particular time. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and comment. I really do appreciate it. You'll see how the league table is playing out after this video. Next time, let's have a look. We'll do another random draw. So next time, who will be playing next time? Next time, let's just roll this just shuffle this up 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next time, we will be running through Eldritch Horror with Jacqueline Fine the Psychic. So Jacqueline Fine the Psychic is next on the list, and we'll see how she goes. Until then, I'm Krabby Terror 8. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.